Hey there! I know you were expecting Beth, but we thought we'd mix it up a bit, so I get to have a go. Beth has been sharing stories about people and events that happened a long time ago. And each one of these stories and events are like clues and hints, and they all point towards the great Christmas, God's Christmas plan. I want to tell you about a boy named David. David was the most famous king of all Israel. But he wasn't born a king. He was actually a shepherd. He was an ordinary boy from an ordinary town with an ordinary job. He looked after sheep. His job was to look after the sheep and protect them. One time, he had to fight off a lion who was trying to steal some sheep for their dinner. Another time, he had to defend the sheep from a bear who was trying to attack them. Believe it or not, he also protected people. One time, he killed a giant named Goliath who was trying to attack the Israelite people. And all of this happened before he became the king. After he became the king, he was still a brave warrior. He led his people into battle after battle, and he fought wars. He was a champion. But there was one battle he couldn't win. One enemy he could not defeat. Do you know who that enemy was? The snake. David wasn't the king who would defeat the snake. See, one day there would be a king who would come, and that king would defeat the snake. That king would defeat him once and for all. That king would be the forever champion. And that's what Christmas is all about. You know, all this talk of fighting lions and bears and giants and snakes and whoa man, I'm getting hungry. Let's go see Ava for a tasty treat. Bye!
Hey guys, it's so awesome to do the Advent adventure with you. What we're going to be making is some colourful Christmas cookies. You will need 225 grams of plain flour, 100 grams of sugar, 1 egg and 100 grams of butter. First of all, put your butter in a bowl. Now mix in your sugar and beat it until it's fluffy. Alright, now that it's mixed together it should look a bit like this, and now you add your egg and you're going to mix that together. Now that that's nicely mixed in, you're going to sift in your flour. Now that it's all sifted, you can mix it together until it's kind of like a bit of dough. You can also use your hands to form it into dough, and I love to use my hands. Alright, now we're going to wrap it in cling film and we're going to put it in the fridge for 15 minutes. Now that your dough is done, set your oven to 180 degrees Celsius or gas mark 4. Sprinkle your table with plain flour. Now you unwrap your dough and roll it back. Now we're going to get our cookie cutters and we're going to just press them in and make our cookies. I've chosen Christmas shapes, like snowflakes. Make sure you cut your dough as close together as possible, because then you don't waste any dough. Place your cookies on a baking tray with a piece of greaseproof paper, because then it won't stick. Now that all your cookies are done and cut out, put them in the oven for 10 minutes. Now that your cookies are out of the oven, we're going to take them one by one and place them onto a cooling rack to let them cool for 10 minutes. Now that all of your cookies are on the cooling rack, we're going to get together the ingredients that we're going to use to decorate them. I've got some buttercream, and some Christmas sprinkles. Now that your cookies are all cooled down, we can finally decorate them. I'm just going to spread some icing on them and then I'm going to cover them in sprinkles. You can decorate them however you want, and you can even leave some plain. Enjoy!